Hey everyone, Mac is back. Today we're going to talk about garrisoning and reinforcing, what the difference is, why you should do one versus the other, some situations that could possibly get into, and I'm going to show you how to actually do it to kind of give you a little idea for the people that are new. So let's get to it. So what exactly is garrisoning and reinforcing? So garrison is going to be over here, this area where the tents are. Essentially, garrison is when one of your allies sends an army to you to help protect your castle. Whether you have troops in it or not, it doesn't matter. They're going to put a garrison army in here. And that garrison army is actually going to take their stats. So basically, this garrison army will be positioned outside their city walls. And once someone attacks them, they'll go through that army first with their own stats. That's the big key, is it's going to be the stats of the person of your alliance mate that sends that garrison. On the other hand, you'll have the embassy over here, which is going to have your reinforcements. If someone sends reinforcements to you, those stats from those troops are going to be from your castle and not their castle. So you want to make sure that you're getting that whoever has the best stats, that's where you're going to want to send them. The problem is, or the difference is the garrison you can only send one army, where reinforcements you can actually send a specific amount, but it's much more based on what kind of research and buffs that you have. So let's get into both of those. Once you click on Garrison Troops, you're going to come up with this little blurb here that says that you may send a garrison to allied city and assist them in the defense. Each city can only accept one allied garrison, like I previously said, and a garrison strength is calculated based upon the strength of the sender's army. When an enemy attacks, the garrison will first fend off the outside of the city, and the enemy will only enter your city if the garrison fails. When it comes to reinforcements, you can see here that the allies' capacity, it's 0 of 30, so you can have 30 reinforcements here if need be. However, the only exception to that would be if you maximize the reinforcement capacity. So you see the reinforcement capacity right here is 1.265 million. So if I get over 1.265 million in this castle, then it doesn't matter how many somebody sends. They won't be able to send any more. Just remember that those troops that are being reinforced are going to be using the stats of the actual castle themselves that they're reinforcing, not their own stats. All right, now I'm going to show you how to garrison and how to reinforce. It's very, very simple. For instance, here I'm using my main castle and another castle that's in my alliance. If you left click on that other castle, you'll come to this screen, and it'll show garrison or reinforce, obviously transport here in the middle. So based on what you want to do, that's how you're going to do it. So if I press garrison here, it's just, this is going to break my truce and put me into fervor. So that is also very, very important. You have to realize that you're going to go into fervor. So if you have troops out and you're not going to be able to port somewhere, make sure that you're ready to go for that, even though you won't be able to move anywhere once you send a garrison out as well, because they're going to be in the city. So I say confirm, and you can actually send commanders with you as well to be able to boost the number of troops. You can see I have 763,000 over here army size, but say I want to put like a pure infantry or whatever in there, or pure cav. If I want to do that, then I can send all these commanders in here and to buff it to whatever my maximum is allowed, and then I say confirm. And then I'll go over here, and boom, inside that castle goes that garrison. And on the other hand, if I want to reinforce, I can go here for the reinforcement. You can see that this reinforcement only has a little over 1 million. So if I press the reinforcement, I can't send my commanders this time, so you can send actually a lot less. You can see I sent about 100,000 less troops. So that's another thing to consider as well. You can send your dragon, however, so that's always very nice as well. And then you can just send those troops over there as well. Obviously, I can't do it because my maximum of deployments are out right now, but that's how you do it. And if you are inside your castle and someone has put a garrison in there, you'll be able to see right here, this little icon will show you that someone is in your castle. So then if you had stepped away or for some reason and they are putting garrison in your castle, and you might be bubbled, so if your castle is in truce, then they can send troops there to protect protect those troops. So if you click on the garrison, you go in there, it'll show you the commanders that the dragon and the amount of troops and which troops were sent. And over here on the right, it'll show you who sent them and where that castle is that sent them from. And also something to note, as you see, there's a return troops button here as well. So if I don't want these troops in this castle, if I'm going to do something, if I'm in KVK or for whatever reason, wherever I'm at, and I don't want those troops because I just, for whatever reason, I can just click this button. It'll ask me if I want to return the station troops, and I can say confirm, and then those troops are heading back to the other castle. All right, so we know that they're in this castle here. We have some garrison troops. So now I'm going to take a castle from another alliance. I'm going to attack that castle, and we're just going to try to we want to confirm what we've actually been saying, was actually whose stats are going to matter after this battle, after something's fought. I'm not going to send anything to get destroyed, but we'll just send some light bows here and attack this castle just to kind of see, to confirm, to make sure that the game is actually doing what it said. This should have been completely annihilated. We won't get a report here, but I'll go to my other castle to get that report. All right, as you can see here at the very top, you're going to say here that you can see that little McHugh, who's in CTN, he attacked the troops that were stationed at the at my Hoff account here. So those troops attacked there, and as you can see from what's going on first, you can see that this is the exact amount of troops that I had in here. You can see my commanders. You can see everything that I had in there is what I had. So looking at that, I'm going to show you my stats. I don't care. I don't show other people's, but mine I really don't care too much. And as you can see, these are my stats for my cavalry. So the account that was attacked is my Hoff account, which are very, very low stats. So there's nothing going on in that account. So you wouldn't see that here. So now that we've done this, let's go do the reinforcing and see what changes. And just to let you know, this time I'm going to send my dragon, and I'm going to send the same cavalry troops. Obviously a lot less because I don't have commanders in there, but I still want to send those into the castle here, and then we'll see what the attack does. All right, so here we are. So we're going to do another attack, and again, we're not going to send many troops. We're just going to send a few of these light bows, and we want to see if the stats are actually going to be from the Hoff account instead of my other alt account here as well. And if we click on it, we're going to see another annihilation. So let's check the other report. And as you can see, this time it says the Little Max attacked the troops that were sent to reinforce for the Hoff account. You can see that these are the commanders on the wall that were defending. And then if we look down here at the troops that were defending, you can see that the troops that I sent from my main castle, 763,000 of those tier 4s, are going to be in there. And then you can see all the rest of the other ones are in there for that account. If we look at the bonuses now, look at the drastic change here. Massive change compared to this account here, where we saw all those bigger bonuses, and this one where we didn't see quite as many. So what have we learned from this? We basically have learned that if you garrison in another castle, you're going to use your own stats when you put your troops in there, and you can only put one of those troops in there, one of those garrisons at a time. When you reinforce, you can put up to 30, but you're going to use the stats of the other castle. Now, when would you do this? When would you want to do this? Well, if one of these castles, like say here, say Queen Deborah is bubbled like she is, and say I want to send, as a CTN, I want to send troops to her while she's bubbled, I can protect troops that way. So it's a very good way to protect troops. Another instance you might want to use it is say for instance that my little Mac over here is unbubbled, and say he's AFK for whatever reason, he left, and someone's going to rally him or attack him depending on whatever the situation is. If I'm in his alliance, I could garrison him and be able to absorb that hit, wherever that attack would be. If he's a really strong castle and you know that he's in his war gear, then you could reinforce as well. Not highly recommended because you just never know. I'd want to click on the castle first. I'd want to click on them. I want to see. You can see this is not the gear that they're in for to be able to fight. So that's just something to be able to consider as well. If you're trying to hide troops, I think it's probably one of the better reasons, and also if you're trying to defend. So I hope this helped you out a little bit. Until next time, Mac out.